Again, welcome to DS630 Machine Learning. Here, in this section, I want to introduce you to the detailed course plan. So now you can use the syllabus as a gauge and take a look at the general detailed plan in this document. So if you look at the first week, for example, starting from November 30th to December 6th, for week 1, what you should be doing would be look at syllabus, setting up your environment, and understand the machine learning landscape. You should know what is machine learning and know what are the major types of machine learning systems. Specifically, you should know the differentiation between supervised learning and unsupervised learning. One thing that you should always ask yourself before you learn an algorithm is this a supervised learning or is this an unsupervised learning? Then you should read through the textbook chapter 1, and then at the end of the week, you should be finish your discussion and comment to other students' discussion by the end of Sunday. And on top of that, there's a simple homework that you should finish by the end of the week. And then going forward, if you look at the second week, it's a very similar plan as what we have in the first week. You would gradually realize you should keep up with the reading, otherwise you feel like you would get lost very quickly. So for the second week, we're going to learn mainly number one, to know what is the process like to go through the end-to-end machine learning project. And then on top of that, we're going to learn the first machine learning algorithm, that is classification. There is discussion due by Friday, discussion comment due by the end of the week, and also homework due by end of the week. So if we move along, here you can see that just because of the holiday, you would realize, so for 2020, anything that's before 2020 is really just the first 3 weeks. And then you can follow through all of this a little bit more rigorously as we go along. But you would be able to see all of this in the Blackboard systems as well. So week 4 is the first week in 2021. And then by then you should be already finishing chapter 7. You would learn what is decision tree, what is random forest by the end of the first week of next year. And then second week you will be taking the midterm exam. On top of that, after that, you would be looking into some other methods such as dimension reduction and unsupervised learning techniques. In week 7 and 8, which is later January, beginning of February, you should expect that we kind of group those two together so that you don't have 2 homework or 2 discussion. You should only have 1, and then just be aware it's due in week 8 rather than week 7. And also the homework 6 is due by week 8. So group those two together. One of the reasons is I want you to focus more on the project proposal and the project itself, because in the next couple of weeks, starting from week 7, you should be focusing more on the project itself. And then in week 9 and 10, similar story as week 7 and 8. I grouped them together so that the discussion is due in week 10 and homework 7 is due in week 10. This should be week 10. And then you would have exposure to TensorFlow, and you would have understanding. You have a fairly good understanding of deep learning. On top of that, next thing is really the final exam and final project. Okay, this is a detailed course plan, and let me know if you have any questions, and you could follow through this weekly schedule rather rigorously on Blackboard system. Thank you.